Motor neurone disease can affect any adult at any time. No one knows what causes it, and there's no known cure. Most people die within 5 years of being diagnosed.
In the first of a two-part series, our health correspondent Rebecca Broxton has been to meet a Somerset father of two who, at just the age of 42, is having to face the fact that he is dying.
8 months ago, 43-year-old John Saunders was given the devastating news he has motor neurone disease. It's terminal, incurable, and the average life expectancy following diagnosis is just 14 months.
You just think your world's going to end. You know, the two questions I asked the neurologist was, what's my life expectancy, and how much money do you spend on research? That was the two primary things I was interested in.
Mr. Saunders has always been fit and active. Now he's living with a death sentence and knows he won't see his children, 5-year-old Louis and 12-year-old Charlotte, grow up. A fact made all too clear on the day of his diagnosis as his daughter chatted to him in the car.
She spoke about her 16th birthday party. She's always planning it, and I broke down, completely broke down, so I thought I'm not going to see it.
So what is motor neurone disease, or MND as it's known?
In its essence, motor neuron disease is what we call a degenerative disease of the nervous system, which means the nervous system develops normally in life. People age normally to a certain point, and then something, and we don't know what, rather catastrophic happens, and the cells that we use to make voluntary movements, those cells start to degenerate. And once they start, the process appears to be relentless.
There are different strains of MND and it affects different people in different ways. But over time it leaves people unable to walk, talk or feed themselves. Eventually they develop difficulties breathing and swallowing. People with the disease can still think and feel, but their muscles refuse to work. At any one time, 5,000 people in the UK have MND and at least 5 people die every day from it.
You must constantly be asking why. Why me? Why now?
Absolutely. There's loads of things me and Sharon have talked about over the last few weeks, what I've done that's brought this on. You know, I've renovated 3 houses. I've led a very stressful life. Is it a stress-induced thing? You know, I'm an ex-club cyclist. I used to make biodiesel. Is it the chemicals that I was playing around with that? But then when you speak to the experts and they say there's no reason for you to have any from any of it.
Mr. Saunders is already finding it a struggle to feed himself and can no longer walk more than 20 yards. He and his wife know his degeneration will be rapid and it's a daunting prospect.
I mean, I obviously want to care for him. I want to do what I can. But I mean, John's, you know, quite a tall chap. He's 6'3", and I'm frightened. Am I going to be able to lift him, to be able to wash him, to be able to get him to the toilet? And I've obviously still got Charlotte and Louis. Louis will still need help with homework and things, and the house to run.
While 5-year-old Louis is too young to know what the future holds, his elder sister has been told, but her parents know she's in denial.
It's quite upsetting, but I try not think about it. But I hope that he'll be alright, as he's quite young to have it, but I don't know really.
Coming to terms with the inevitable is a slow process.
We were on the beach in Perranporth, and I was sat there, couldn't hardly move. And you see all these young fit people just taking life for granted. And there's me, 42 years old, dying from this disease.
You just feel devastated, really, and it never, to be honest, that never really goes away. You just learn to live with it, to be honest, and you do. I find that most nights I do wake up worrying about what the future holds. You know, I'm sort of worried for my children because I know, particularly Louis, he's still very young. He probably won't remember a lot about his dad, and that really does sadden me.
For now, the family are making the most of every minute they have together.
I mean, you tend to live every day as though it's your last. That's the only way you can sort of keep going, really.
Rebecca Broxton in Bridgewater for the West Country Tonight.
Oh, that was Dad's fault, wasn't it, Billy?
Well, into tomorrow night's programme, we'll look at how budget cuts are affecting people who suffer from motor neuron disease. Patients tell us how they're being refused vital equipment and care that would make their lives easier. That's tomorrow on the West Country Tonight.